What's up? My name is Nathan. I am 17 years old and I was born and raised in Murray, Utah. And I'm gay. I don't want my channel to be looked at as like some sob story or whatever. I want my story to be looked at as a story of hope and a story of confidence and a story of realizing who you are and who you were truly meant to be. I'll say that much. I was born and raised in the Mormon culture of Salt Lake City, Utah. My parents raised me to be Mormon, and I grew up with a big family that was very centered and focused on being Mormon. In the Mormon church, it teaches that there is no other path that is correct. The church is 100% true. It's the only truest, complete living doctrine on this earth. There is no other church that is completely correct, according to the LDS Church. It also teaches that being gay is a choice, and that acting on gay feelings is a sin. Recently, a new doctrine, a new revelation came out that said that if a gay couple gets married and they have children, the children of the gay couple cannot attend church, and that they could get excommunicated or whatever. They're not allowed to attend the church. And this has a big effect on the Mormon community and the gay people who are still trying to make the church and their gay lifestyle compatible. So this is why I'm sharing my story. Growing up, I was very much so of an outcast. I never fit the mold. I was always very feminine. I didn't really like boy things. I always loved girl things. I always played dress up. I always played with Polly Pockets. I always played with Barbies. I loved dolls. I loved dressing up in girls' clothes sometimes with my sisters. But growing up Mormon, this stuff like wasn't okay. And it made my dad really angry all the time whenever he caught me doing stuff like this. And he would come down. I was like 6, 7, 8 years old, and he would say, "You know what, Nathan, I don't want you doing this anymore." I said, "Why, Dad?" And he said, he hesitated, and he said, "Just because. It's wrong." And so I had to suck it up, and I had to be, you know what? My dad is my dad, and I'm going to respect him, and I respect my dad, and I respect the things that my dad has to say. I get to be a perfect little Mormon boy, and I attended church. I went to Scouts. All of this bitterly. I hated church. I hated Scouts, but I truly did believe in it. I believed in the doctrine. I believed everything the church taught. At school, I was bullied for being different. I was bullied because I had a gay voice. People asked me if I was gay. People asked me if I was a girl or a boy. People called me a faggot back when I was in like 2nd grade, when I wasn't going to the greatest school. I didn't fit in. And even though like I was trying to fit this mold of being this perfect little boy, it didn't work. I wasn't fitting in. And as I got older, I had this crisis of, you know what, like I do feel like I'm really different, but why am I different? I always knew I was straight because the church taught that being gay is a choice. And I was like, why am I not feeling these feelings towards girls that my friends are feeling? And I didn't know I was gay until about the summer of 7th grade. And when I realized it, I was scared out of my mind. I tried making the fact that I was gay fit with what the church teaches. The thing is, it's like putting 2 different puzzle pieces from different puzzles together. It doesn't work because the leaders in the church right now are making it not work through revelation. It was so difficult for me to tell my parents and to start telling people like how I felt. And when I eventually did start telling people, it was a complete turnaround. I realized even though I'm living in this Mormon culture, people aren't out here to get me. My mom, she completely understood. It took a little bit of talking to her to explain to her that I'm not choosing this, and that this wasn't a choice for me. And she completely understood and loved me. And when I told my dad, he had a crisis with it, but I never knew about it. He never let me know. He just loved me unconditionally. and had his own little crisis about it. And I don't know what I would have done if I had faced rejection from my father. And I'm always, always grateful for the fact that he never let me know. He never let me know that he had a problem with it, ever. At the same time, like, I was trying to make my feelings fit with the church. And like I said, it was like two different puzzle pieces. And then eventually I realized, you know what, the church is teaching that gay people choose to be gay, but at the same time, it teaches that it's the true 100% only true church on the earth. So how can it be 100% true if I know for a fact that I wasn't born gay? I didn't choose this for myself. Why would anybody choose this for themselves? Why would anybody choose to live a second-class life and be a second-class citizen? That's my question. I had an epiphany and a crisis, and I told myself, if they're teaching the church is 100% true and there's these flaws in it, and I am currently in a state of not loving myself and not feeling like I belong, maybe this isn't where I belong. Maybe I belong somewhere else. And so I left the church and I lost all of my faith. And I can tell you for a fact that losing faith brought me salvation. And this is what was good for me. And I know that, like, for some people it's different, but like, and I want people to learn from my story is that you have to really evaluate what's good for yourself, and you have to think for yourself. You can't let people live through you. You have to really be making decisions based on what will make you happy. I can tell you now that I was never happy in the church. I was never happy. I was trying to fit a mold the entire time. I had to sacrifice my religion to be happy with myself, and I will never take that back. Never. I have never been happier in my life. I'm not telling people to leave the church. I'm just telling people to evaluate what's good for you. And this is like a big issue because people are dying. Utah has one of the highest teen suicide rates. LGBT youth in Utah are like the... I've lost friends. I've lost friends because of this. And I just imagine, like, staying in that place where I don't feel like I belong, and I can't imagine it getting to the point where it's like they felt like there was no other option. I'm here to tell you right now that there's always another way. That suicide isn't the final answer. Suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. It's an issue. LGBT members of the LDS Church, if you are making it work and you are happy, continue on in the church. If you are not happy, find some other way out. Find your happiness. LDS leaders, your doctrine is not doctrine. Your revelation is not doctrine. Sorry, not sorry. Make your church compatible. If you say your church is for everyone, make it for everyone. That's all I have to say, honestly. I don't know. An article I did with photographer Maxwell Poth inspired this video. I'll leave the link in the description. I hope I get to see some of you at DragCon. I'm gonna try and make more videos. Thanks for watching.